I'm Ashley Waldmeyer, graduating senior at Erskine College. One recent change that Erskine College has made is the motto from Christian Commitment and Excellence in Learning to Forever Connected. The administration has said that the reason for this change is to appeal more to high school juniors and seniors. But my question is, what's wrong with the motto that we already had for years that appealed to Christian students? This new motto seems to be more secular, open to a broader pool of students who may be non-Christians as well, which will completely change the Christian environment on Erskine's campus if more and more non-Christian students are interested and accepted to Erskine. Well, this kind of worries me because I see it as Erskine standing not really on a basis of faith in God and trust that if they remain a Christ-centered institution seeking Christ-centered students, that God will provide for them and take care of them. Rather, they are standing on a basis of fear, of worldly circumstances that are temporal. And we as students can only do so much, and that's why we're appealing to you for some help. We hope that you would be willing to step up and help us.
Hello, I'm Hudson Smith. I'm a rising junior here at Erskine College. As a student here, I repeatedly see this institution fail to represent Christianity as the faith of redemption wherein men and women find freedom from sin and real purpose for their lives. Rather, Erskine tends to treat Christianity as one might treat a favorite sport or a beloved hobby. Erskine doesn't seem to view Christianity as a unifying principle for life, but as a facet of life, something that you throw into the mix to make it better, but it's not necessarily essential. Sadly, one doesn't need to look very far to find examples of this on Erskine campus. As the president of the Society of Physics Students, I recently attended a leadership development conference. Many things were said, but never did the Erskine administrators leading this conference consider it worthwhile to discuss a Christian perspective of and motivation for leadership. This persistent reluctance to integrate the Christian message into our affairs ultimately distracts students from Christ, an end and effect which no Christian should hope to promote. Furthermore, the attitude expressed in this conference is normative for the administration, and we have come to expect it as students. In fact, we would be genuinely surprised at any real attempt to represent Christianity as the faith of redemption, which, in the Word of God, it presents itself to be. For this reason, I request that the ARP Synod create a commission for the investigation of these calls.
You've heard from other students about their experiences with the lack of integration of faith learning in the classroom and concerns about the environment at Erskine. What I want to tell you about briefly is my concerns about working with the administration at Erskine. From 2007 to 2008, I served on the steering committee for Erskine's strategic plan, and I got to work closely during that time and a bit before it with Dr. Rubel. And I can tell you that that experience made me very concerned about the direction of Erskine. We had recently approved the new mission statement, which further emphasized being Christ-centered. But in the planning process, I noticed that the mission statement was not front and center. The administration was not encouraging the faculty and the staff and the students to embrace the mission and to concretely implement the mission. Instead, what I saw, to my discontent and to my sadness, was that the mission was a big elephant in the room that no one wanted to talk about. And it was that experience that really made me convinced that the Erskine system as it stands right now is dysfunctional, and so it needs your help and it needs your action.
Hello, my name is Kathleen Smith, and I'm a transfer student and a rising junior. I believe in Christian liberal arts college, and I love Erskine's commitment to Jesus Christ and the excellence in education. However, I would like to see us take those commitments from a dusty plaque on the wall and turn it into action. I knew Erskine was in trouble before I came here. I was told by many people outside of Erskine and outside of the ARP that Erskine was in desperate need of change. I came here because I believe in God's power to redeem this school, and I wanted to be a part of it. I was deeply discouraged by my first semester here because in my classroom experience, only one professor attempted to integrate faith and academics. and that was Dr. Weatherman. This lack of emphasis on the gospel in the classroom and in the general college atmosphere is what I have perceived to be the norm at Erskine. But by the grace of God and reminders of his sovereignty, I have learned to love Erskine. This doesn't mean I love everything about it. I'm learning to accept Erskine for what it is without accepting that it has to stay this way. If your goal is to reach the lost and encourage Christian students in the faith, I implore you to take a good look at Erskine. I'm not sure why it's so controversial to say at a Christian school, but please help us make the gospel the center of Erskine College. Help us to bring God back into the classroom and love back to the campus. 1 Thessalonians 2:4. We have been approved by God to be entrusted with the gospel, so we speak not to please man, but to please God, who tests our hearts.
Please remember that the personal growth and in some cases even the salvation of students at Erskine are at stake in what you decide to do. Please remember that as the college of the ARP Church, Erskine plays a large role in the discipleship of your covenant children and in the ability of those children to reach out to a needy and broken world. So please remember that Erskine is a part of your mission as part of Christ's church.